Welcome to the podcast. My name is Anthea, and today I have with me a young man. I met this young man when was this? 2009, when I was a voice coach for Stars of the Future. And today I've managed to grab him. He's here with me, and I'm going to be having a very interesting conversation with him. His name is Chris. Welcome to the podcast, Chris. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you.
It's been many years. Ages. 2009.
Yes.
From Stars of the Future. You were a very young man then. Right now, dear.
You're small.
But now you've changed. Your features have changed. You've grown. Your hair has grown. You've gone darker. You've changed completely.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Good. What happened? What's been happening with you all this while? Where have you been?
Oh, I've been around.
Yeah?
I've been around. So before Stars of the Future, before my season, I tried the previous one.
Which is what?
The season 3.
Oh,
that was
right.
when Adina won.
Right.
I didn't qualify to the top 24.
Mm-hmm.
No, I qualified to top 24, but the top 12, I think I chose the wrong song, so I came home.
Okay.
That night I didn't sleep, so I decided to try the next year, and God being so good, I was part of the final 12. That's where I got to.
Have you always been singing? Have you always been a singer?
Yes, I've been singing since 6 years old.
6 years old.
Yes.
That's when you realized that you could.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a man in our church then, and then one time my church, I was staying with my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
And the church that we were attending, we didn't have this instrument and all that.
Okay.
So there was another church that was close by. So I used to go there. So one time, I went there so early, and then the man playing the keyboard said, "Can you sing?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. Let me just try."
Oh.
So I sang, and it was like, "Hey, you can sing."
So that's when you discovered that you actually even had a voice to sing.
He started mentoring me, giving me songs, and I'll come by. And that's where everything started.
So you've been singing from church?
I've been singing from church.
You've always had that church background?
Yes, church.
And then now Good Boy Gone Bad.
Oh.
Yeah, so years down the line, you decided to try Stars of the Future. What made you do that?
2007, I was in SS. I came home and I saw the finale.
Okay.
That was Irene Logan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I could do this thing. I can do this
Wow.
thing. So when I was in school, I prepared my mind. When I finished, I'm sure I was going to do this. Then I tried the first time. It didn't really work. Mm-hmm. Then the second time, it was shaky. Before you came in,
mm-hmm.
before we met
I
you,
joined as your, okay.
They had come and played our final. I think we did a final song at the studio, and the voice coach there before you came said,
"Oh, there was a voice coach there. I thought I was the only one."
I'm Mr. Fingers.
Oh, right. Okay.
So he would go through our songs and then be giving comments, and he said, "Who is this person? If I was the person choosing, if I were to pick the top
songs
12,
for you, okay, no, top 12.
And then
He wouldn't have added you.
I felt so sad.
That's what the voice coach told you.
Yes. And
oh
then
wow.
Luigi said, "Oh, Luigi McLean." And then he said, "Oh, don't worry."
Was Luigi there?
Yes, Luigi.
During that time?
Yes.
I don't remember him.
It was Luigi.
And now he's Luigi.
Luigi Bologna.
Wow. Can you imagine?
Was
he part of the?
It was part of the show.
Part of the people I trained?
Yes.
You're joking.
Yes, Luigi was part. Luigi.
Wherever you are, Luigi, you don't know me, but you better start.
No, he knows you.
No.
Luigi knows you. Luigi, Yaya, Akosia, Chevati.
Oh yeah, I know Yaya.
Okay,
her brother.
Akosia.
I later bumped into her brother, Akosia.
Yes.
Adina, all those girls, I mean.
Yes. Luigi knows you. Even yesterday we were discussing about you. We were talking about you.
He needs to come on the podcast. Okay.
And then Luigi said, "Oh, don't worry. It will be that day." I felt very. So remember when you came in, and whenever I start to sing, I feel like they didn't really like the way I sing.
Okay.
So when you came in, I asked a question. Is it that the way I sound is bad? And then you asked me to
I remember
sing,
you
and
asking me a question.
You're
like
like,
that.
"No, you're fine. You have a very big voice." Then I realized, okay, maybe I'm different. Where I'm coming from, and the way I sound, I'm different.
Do you know what it was? I think you were a little bit more feminine then.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yes.
And I think that probably was one of the key things that were being looked at.
Okay.
But in terms of voice, you definitely had.
Thank you.
What it took. And then you went on to Stars of the Future. And then what happened from there? Because there was a whole big thing after you left, didn't you?
So I think the first night I had the best performance.
Right.
The The second night it was Yaya. The third one, I had the best performance. Fourth, I had the best performance, and then the fifth, I think it was Yaya. And the last one, I got the best performance. So I realized, then I had not discovered myself.
Right.
I was winning the best performance, but I was still not. My confidence
You
level
weren't too sure.
was too low. I wasn't too sure, and from where I was coming from, meeting all these people, I came to Accra because of Stars of the Future.
Where did you come from?
I live in Obuasi
Oh,
all
okay.
my life, and then I
Okay.
schooled in Asinfusu.
Okay.
So my exposure then wasn't too
Right.
much, and so coming to Accra, meeting all these
You
people,
felt intimidated.
I felt very intimidated. But later on, as the show was going, I realized actually, by the time I realized I could win, it was late. I chose the song, the final song didn't really go well for me. But then I learned my lesson, and from there I went to do Project Film,
Right, yes.
West Africa.
Yes, I remember.
And then there I was in there, it was going well. I think 2 weeks or some weeks to the finale, I got sick. I went blind.
You went what?
Blind, so I had to come back to Ghana. We were rehearsing on stage.
As in, you lost your sight?
I lost my sight. So for like 2-3 days.
What happened?
I don't even know what happened. We were on stage rehearsing and something happened. I think we're doing some dance move. I was supposed to go left or right, and then somebody just hit me. I came within 5 minutes.
Someone hit you?
It wasn't intentional.
Okay, like they swung their hands and...
So and then at 5 minutes, I was feeling very dizzy. So I told them I'm not feeling well.
Okay.
So I sat down, and then a week before, the studio got bent where we live, like the Big Brother house. That's how Project Fame was.
Right. Okay.
So I think that the house got bent. So
okay.
We had moved into a hotel. So we got to our hotel room, and then Chidima was my friend. The Chidima girl was my friend. So we were there, and I'm like, hey, Nigeria, every time people are taking lights, like the light is out, then I was like, oh, there's light. I can't see. I was like...
So you actually thought there was light off?
Light out, because the way the thing was just...
Whoa.
Like that. And
it was sudden?
Sudden. And I'm like, hey.
And everything was just pitch black?
It was black. My eyes were on, and I'm like, hey, Nigeria, we'll pay light out. And it was like, oh, there's light. I'm like, no. So they're screaming. I can't see. They called the doctors. They came in, checked my eye. I couldn't see. And they took me to the hospital. A lot was running through my head.
So your mind, I can imagine.
And that night I couldn't sleep. I think I cried all night. Then, in the morning, they took me to the hospital. So on our way to the hospital, before I got to the hospital, my sight came back.
Oh.
So I was excited.
That same day?
That same day.
Oh,
the next day.
Okay.
So they were like, let's just go and do MRI and see if everything is fine. And
so what was it? Was it like some sort of nerve?
I don't know.
They didn't give you any explanation?
I don't know what was going on. The doctor said they've been reading about this, but this is the very first time it happened for...
Do you think it was spiritual?
Maybe it was.
Africa, we do.
I got to the hospital. We're getting ready to go and do the MRI. Then my sight went back again. So the guy beside me, I told him I can't see. He said, okay, I should just relax. Then he came back. So I went to do that.
So hold on. You lost it. You went to the hospital. So you lost it again.
Again.
No, he came back.
He came back.
You lost it again.
Again at the hospital.
And then he came back.
And then he came back, like 5 minutes. He came back. Then at that time, I think
it sounds quite worrying.
BlackBerry was so when my sight came back, I saw the guy sending a message that I think he should go back to Ghana. So I saw the message. I knew I was going to go back because I realized they were scared.
Okay.
But my problem was they should have waited. What if I got to the plane and then this thing comes back? Who's going to help me? But I felt they were scared.
No, maybe they should have called a family member to come and pick you up.
They were scared.
So they sent you on your own?
They sent me back on my birthday. That was 2010.
On your
September, own? On my own.
On the plane to come back?
Yes, on the plane to come
wow.
back. So I got back.
I thought the sensible thing that could have been done was
to
get a family member.
They could have even waited for the show to be over.
No, I think with that, it's a bit risky. But they could have called somebody to come and pick you up.
So I came back. And when I came back, I was frustrated. I didn't know what to do.
Because music is all you wanted to do.
Music is all I wanted to do. And school and all that. So I sat down. And then, I cried for some time. But I just picked myself up. And then I went to T. Poly to...
Were you scared that you might lose your sight again?
Yes, I was scared. Because when it's 6 p.m., I can't really
see.
So I don't go out after 6. I'm always in there.
Have you done proper checks now?
I went to, there's a hospital here that is Legon. There's a hospital.
Is it Emmanuel Eye Clinic?
I went to do another MIR.
Okay.
And they said there's nothing wrong with me. But when it's 6 p.m., like I can't really see if I go as
Even
well.
now?
No, now it's fine. Then.
Okay.
So I had to stay home and then just, do a lot of thinking.
But then at some point, I was seeing you all over TV, everywhere, doing gospel.
Yes, I'm sure that was after Vodafone Icons.
Okay.
Because I did like 3 shows.
Right.
So
you did Stars of the Future,
and
Project Fame,
and then Icons. That's when I won.
So after you came home, you spent some time at home, and then you went on to Vodafone.
Yes, that was 2014. From Project Fame, I went back to school.
Okay.
I went to T Poly.
Okay.
Then started finding myself, and then that's when the fashion came in.
I was coming to that. So when you say you started finding yourself, you started finding what it is you really wanted to do.
Yes.
So are you saying that music is not really what you wanted to do?
I wanted to do music then.
Okay.
But there I discovered myself more. Yes, I
Right.
discovered I could do a lot of things that me, myself, I didn't know.
Right, okay.
And the sewing came in, the suits business came in. Then at that time, I was not too much into the gospel. So I was working at Champs in Takrady. I was doing the karaoke.
Okay.
So there, I met a lot of people. And so from Champs, went to do Project Fame, then came back. And so when I came back, school, music, there, I was working with a guy, like I was doing this. I was living my
So
normal
when
life.
did the whole gospel thing come in?
So the whole gospel thing came
Because
in.
that
I was
became
still
a big
doing
deal.
gospel. I was still doing gospel then.
Okay.
After I came back from Project Fame, I was still doing gospel.
Okay.
But it wasn't that much. Even when I was in school, I launched my first single when I was in school.
Right.
So after school, came back and I was doing my suit, I was doing my business, but I wasn't doing the song like commercial, but I was still singing in church. I was still going for programs. So one time I was there and I saw, I had prayed about this Vodafone Icon thing because I really wanted to win a competition.
Right.
So
you wanted to win a competition.
Yes. So I remember I would send a message to Vodafone. And when this Vodafone Icons coming on, I remember, so I still have those messages on my phone, like on my messenger.
It's important to keep them up.
And then they said, I shouldn't worry, it will come. So one time I woke up and then the ad was on.
Oh.
And I never auditioned in Accra. So early morning, I went to Kumasi. And then I think I was number 7. And I auditioned. And they said, oh, wow. The next audition, the third audition, then the final audition, I got through to the final 12. So my first performance, Vodafone Icons, I wasn't going to like.
You were not playing.
I was
you went there to win.
I went there to win.
Yeah.
So the first performance was wow, but I didn't get the best performance. We gave it to Sina.
Right.
Sina So.
Right. So all these people, they've all come from a long way, isn't it?
Yes.
But isn't it funny how once suddenly someone spring up, we tend to think that the person just jumped out of nowhere, but people have been doing things.
Yes.
And they've come a long way.
A long way.
Because she's now out.
Sina then, back then was, I think people liked her and the way she is, and she's very sweet. And I thought she was going to win, and she was my competition in the show. So the first performance, so what I realized was everybody comes in prepared for the first performance, but after the first performance, they all come down.
Okay.
Because I realized that they prepare for the first performance and the audition. So I took it up from the second performance.
Okay.
And I started going. I was not just I started giving it my best. And thanks be to God, I won.
You won it?
Yes, I won. I won,
see.
and from there, I think my life changed from Vodafone Icons. I started traveling. I was
seeing you
people.
everywhere.
Yes.
All over TV, radio, everywhere I turn, I'm like, hey, this is my boy. Like, this is my boy. Do I need permission to come to him now?
I did my first single with Sonny Badu.
Okay.
Ortega. Then it took.
The song is called what? Ortega.
Yes.
Okay.
And started doing the gospel, and I feel very confident, very comfortable doing gospel, not because secular is not good. I think that is where I feel like God gave me the gift, and I want to give it back to Him.
So you're more connected with
Yes,
the gospel.
with the
That's
gospel.
your calling.
That's my calling.
Right. Okay. So where does the suit making come in?
So the suit, okay. Before then, I was selling shirts. I was selling a ready-made suit.
Okay.
And later on, I just said, "Oh, I think I can do this myself." So I started making the suit after Vodafone Icons.
Okay.
So later on, I realized that the money were coming from the suit more than the music.
Right.
So
you dropped the music like it's hot. That you just
so
dropped the music.
I was known for the suit making
more than
the singing.
Yes.
But later on, I just had to find a balance between the two.
Have you found a balance?
Yes, I have.
So you're doing the music, because sometimes it's a bit confusing, isn't it? When you're doing this and you're doing that, and people can't seem to place you. But I think it happens with people who are creative.
The music.
No, it doesn't pay.
It doesn't pay unless maybe you are there and then you make.
But hold on a second. You're a gospel singer. Are you doing music because of money?
Oh, not because of money.
You're doing music because it's your calling.
It's my calling, but you have to invest. You go to the studio, you record, you do all these things, and if you are not financially sound, you'll be frustrated.
Right.
Because when the money you put in,
you need to take it back out.
And then with gospel, it takes a lot of time. So you have to have something doing, backing the music.
And I feel like the support is not there also.
Some where I'm coming from, I think I've had a lot of support.
Okay.
But I
financially.
didn't
I'm not talking about moral and.
I didn't meet the right people.
Okay.
I didn't meet the right people, and I think my foundation wasn't so strong.
Okay.
So now I think I'm better, and
you're taking
yes.
honorariums. Oh, is that what it's called?
So you don't call like, okay, give me this amount of money.
Okay.
But sometimes when they call you, are like, oh, I have these people coming. I have 6 BVs. I have 4 bands coming with me. I have people playing with me. Because to get the best from me, I have to have all these people.
With
I'm
you.
not just there.
Yes.
Just coming to see. I can't do it on my own.
Of course.
So I have to have these people helping me, backing me. So when you call me, I'll just let you know that I have maybe 10 people coming with me. Then you now will decide how much you. But if you want to, okay. If you give me and it's not enough,
you will say it.
You
will say anything. No, but I feel like you should be able to, so open up and be like, I've got this amount of people with me.
Yeah, I'm doing more ministry, like I'm doing more church.
Okay.
More church than having singles, going for shows, going for an outdoor program. So you're doing more church, indoor yeah. Ministry rather than. I'll do my. I had a worship concert called Royal Praise. I did 4 seasons, but after COVID, things became some way. Do you think the fashion aspect sort of like paused your... Because you were about to take off with the gospel. Yes. I feel like you were really about to take off. I think something happened after the single with Sonny Badu, and then the expectation my expectation was not met. In terms of, what do you mean? I was thinking the song will be there, because it will blow because it's Sonny Badu. Sonny Badu. Right. Okay. Then I realized that many are the thoughts of man, but it's only God's plan that will stand. So you might think that doing a song with this person will blow, but I think my expectation was too much. It was too high. So then I had to sit down and then come back again and then start all over again. So now I'm starting all over, but I don't mind. I mean, it's good to start all over than not even trying at all. Okay. And so then I had, as I said, I had a gospel concert that I paused, but next year I'm going to go back to it. What's the name of the concert? It's called Royal Praise. Right, Royal okay. Praise, so, and what's the name of your suit, your brand? Royal Suit. Everything is royal. Iamroyalchris, Royal Praise, Royal. Suit. Hey, why? and I know you wear a lot of this traditional, huge rings and. Why? I think it suits you. I think one time I went for an interview, and then I had them on. I'm sure people think that it was gold. So on my way home, they chased me out. You're joking. So since then, you almost got robbed. Yeah, so I just stopped wearing these, and I also think that it's all over now. People are doing it. Okay, but it sort of fits in with your suits. Yeah. The brand kind of works together. I do them, but not every time. Okay. Not every time. So you're doing well with the suit. Yes, I'm doing well with the suit. And you have kaftans. You do kaftans and suits. Well. Okay. Yes. So where's your shop and all of that? Right now, I sew from home. Okay. I sew from home. So, and I don't really have like people who comes in daily, but I have clients outside
Okay.
Ghana. So,
So you make it
then
and
the
send it.
kaftan, I select some people that I do the kaftan for.
Hey, it's like that. You select.
With the kaftan is all over.
Okay.
It's all over. I mean, a lot of people are making
Making
kaftan. So
it
if I have
now.
to make a kaftan for you, it means that it has to be extraordinary. It has to be nice. It doesn't have to be the normal kaftans that people do. So I take my time and then do the kaftan.
Do all of
so I
that.
have people that I do for.
So let me just quickly ask you, gospel music today has sort of turned into showcase. You know, there's a lot of talk going on around so-called gospel artists who are not behaving or presenting themselves as gospel musicians, because obviously there is a sort of expectation when you hear of a person being a gospel artist. How do you feel about all of that? I mean, I'm sure you've heard stories, you've seen things going around. People are behaving more like celebrities right now more than gospel musicians. Does the two go? Is there a balance, or do you think there's a misconception?
This question. Okay,
Tricky,
so
Is there like a thin line?
I wish I could not comment on
No,
that.
it's not about commenting.
But,
I want your views. I really want your views on that.
I think that as a gospel artist, you're not just on stage singing. I think your life, the life you live outside, your how do I put it? I mean, it should be seen as Christ-like.
Okay.
Because we are following
Because
Christ.
you're frontline, isn't
Yes,
it?
so there are certain behaviors that, I mean, or some certain or other things that you shouldn't engage yourself into.
For example?
Okay. Let me use myself as an example. If I'm a gospel artist, I shouldn't be seen at certain places. I shouldn't be seen in a nightclub. I shouldn't be seen in places I've been doing stuff that a gospel artist shouldn't be doing, or saying things that a gospel artist shouldn't
be saying.
Yes. If you're a gospel artist, you're like a pastor.
Okay.
I don't want to see my pastor in a nightclub or somewhere and the next morning he's there preaching.
Okay, so it's the perception that people will have.
Yes.
It's not so much of the act.
Then,
is that what you're saying?
Is that so much of what?
The act of being in a nightclub, but it's a perception that people may have that you feel is an issue?
Not the perception.
Because others may argue, Jesus, when he came, he mingled with sinners.
Sinners, all right, but...
And if you don't go to some of these places, how can you evangelize?
But there are so many ways that you can evangelize.
But the people in the club, they need Jesus too.
You see, that's not the right place for you to have. Because at that time at the nightclub, nobody is coming. I'm not ready for you to come and preach the gospel to me.
You'd never know.
Anthea, you just want to push me there.
No, I'm not pushing you there.
It means that you are doing the right thing at the wrong time.
Okay.
Yes, you are doing the right thing at the wrong time. There are so many places that you can go for. You can even organize a worship concert and invite them to come.
Right.
Yes.
So there's a time for everything.
So you don't need to be there. You can't be at the nightclub and that's why you want to share Jesus with me. It's not. I mean, it doesn't. So, I think that as a gospel artist, we should just portray Christ. We should just let our life, our talk, whatever we do on social media, portray the man we are following. We should be like a Christ. Like, I mean, I can't do certain things and come and stand here and say I'm a gospel artist. So nobody will even buy. Nobody will even buy into whatever you're selling out there.
So reputation
is important.
It's very, very important. And it looks like people are not really taking that seriously.
Some of them.
Well, some people are not really taking it that seriously. Okay, so your advice is that...
I think the few out there are doing well. They are doing well. I'm sure...
You're being very modest. You're really being, very careful on how you tread.
I think they are doing well. I think gospel musicians now are doing well. We are doing better. Yes, we're doing very well.
Okay, so what is the future for Chris? Where are you going from here? What are your plans? What are you doing right now? What are you about to venture into that we need to know about?
As I said, next year I'm having my live recording. And I'm praying that the suit business also goes those hits.
Right.
And I can say 5 years, this is where I want to be. I just leave it to God. But I have plans.
I'm going to be a bit tricky with you.
Okay.
So when it comes to fashion, there's one thing I know because I'm in that area. Okay. I have a brand also. There are lots of people making suits out there. Why should I buy yours?
My suit is different.
What makes your suit different?
Okay, so mine is bespoke, which is customized.
Right.
There are a lot of people making suits in Ghana. But if I should bring my suit and then check a lot of suits, you realize that mine is different. Because I have assorted fabric. When you come, I show you the fabric. It's like a book, a lot of them.
Right.
You choose from it. I take your measurement, and then it's done. When you come, you don't have to worry about sleeve. You don't have to worry about whatever.
Okay,
and
perfect
the fabrics are, they are the best of qualities that you can ever have.
Right.
Anybody who has had an encounter with me about suit knows that my suits are superb. I think I'm one of the few people who make good suiting in Ghana.
Hey,
oh, yes,
you're bringing yourself up because there's a lot of people.
No, I know. I think I'm one of the best people who make one of the best. I know we have Bromon. I know we have Bromon. That's an amazing work.
Right.
I know we have there's few people out there, but I think I'm one of them.
I wish you would have brought some of your stuff here so that
I have the books in the car.
But I'm sure they can head over to your social media page.
Iamroyalchris
right,
for the music, and then Royal Suit GH_GH for the suit.
For the suits, okay.
Yes.
So maybe people can check it out and get to see what you're doing there. It's amazing talking to you. So do you see any of the guys from Stars of the Future?
Oh yes.
Are you guys all still in touch with each other?
We have a WhatsApp group.
You should add me. I was your vocal coach.
I
should be in there.
We see you.
Oh, because you know me, I always dash out. I wasn't here. I wasn't here for
at
a while.
We didn't see you again. I was so expecting to see you. It's good to see you.
But I'm glad. It's good to see you too. I'm glad everybody's doing well.
Yes,
everybody's doing music.
Yes, Nyaniba is in UK. You know Nyaniba?
Yes, I remember.
She's a doctor now. Akusia is doing well. Akusia sings with Joe Metal.
Okay.
Luigi sings with Joe Metal. And then Enoch is also doing well. Daniel is doing well. Rose
amazing.
Is doing well.
You know what we need to do? We need to organize a dinner with me and all of you.
We talked about it yesterday.
So we can catch up and find out where everybody is. Because I loved that experience. Charterhouse gave me that opportunity and I just won't forget. It was great. And I'm so glad that you made something out of yourself, Chris.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to see you again. And
happy to see you too.
We're definitely keeping in touch. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.